Hi, welcome to Matt's Garage. A lot of you guys have been asking me to do a walk around of the Scout, and I haven't been able to get to it, but now it's the off season, so I'm going to take the time. I'm going to take you through this beast, so let's get to it. Before I get into the details of the truck, I just got to give you the backstory. So, first car was a 1985 240 Volvo DL, 84, 85. My dad bought it for me when I was 15. Thank you, Dad. Drove that thing, had a club. We'd go racing the Volvos that we had in school. And I actually took down a tree at the Rose Bowl parking lot. And I drove by there the other day, and those trees are huge now. Well, except for one, I guess. And I started working on it and stuff. There's not much you could do. I didn't have any tools or knowledge at the time, but I had checked the oil and all that stuff. But I quickly realized I needed more power. So my dad, being a car guy, he actually sprung for a Mustang 5.0, a 1989 Mustang 5.0. But shortly after racing that thing around and being a fishtailing expert, and I had a lot of fun with that. I worked all summer, put a stereo in it. I got the itch for a 4x4. And what happened was in college, my buddy Eli, we were down in Orange County, he had a GMC Jimmy convertible, the old ones. And it was just so fun cruising around Newport in that thing. And on the way back, we were stuck in traffic, and he started playing Run Around Sue, the oldies song. And me and another classmate of mine, Rachel, we got up and just started dancing in the middle of the freeway. It was awesome, and I think I always wanted to capture that moment. So I started looking for my own convertible truck. And my buddy Alan Nazarian knew I was looking for a Scout, and he saw this thing parked on Santa Barbara Street in Glendale. So it was like grandpa stock, 4x2, like never touched really. Top had never been off, nothing had ever been done to it. And the guy said it had 125,000 miles. Well, I bought it, and it turned out to be 225,000 miles. That was a weird guy. He had like a Beatles collection that was stuck in export. I don't know. Anyway, it's another story. So I buy the car, and immediately I start tinkering with it, but something happened. I overheated, I didn't see it, and I wiped the bearings, and I think it was like $700 to fix it. So I was like, $700, I can buy a crate motor for $1,200. I'll just do that. So I bought a GM 350, and I put it in here with the help of my friend Bruce Allen, who was a maintenance guy at my high school. He's dead now, God rest his soul. He just died last year or earlier this year. But he was a funny guy, Vietnam vet, and I always asked him once, did you become an alcoholic because you went to Vietnam? He's like, shit, no, I was an alcoholic long before I got to Vietnam, which I always thought was an awesome answer. Anyway, so he taught me a lot about cars. I mean, that was my first real, car rabbi or guru. And he gave me the original double pumper carb that was on it and the distributor that we put on the 350, and we tried forever to get this thing started. And I think like John's experience with his distributor, the magnetic pickup was bad. But finally we put on a new distributor, fired up, and everyone went bananas. It was great. This is my first engine swap. And then I was like, well, it's got to be a 4x2. So I went and found a Traveler that was just, I don't even know how I found it. There was no internet. I think I found it in the newspaper. I don't know. So I found this Traveler that was just a basket case, had it towed in the rain to the house, became my first donor vehicle, ripped out the axle, the transfer case, called the junk company, they took the truck away, and then I swapped it to a 4x4, put a lift on it, ripped the doors off, ripped the top off. Now before that, we would go around in college, we'd drive it to Joshua Tree, we'd take it to drive-ins, it was great, And then I went in and I put like the Baja doors on it and stuff. And then I joined the Army, went to the Army, and at that point I had the Tacoma and the Scout. Well, I was like, I don't need two cars, and this thing was just getting beyond my ability, and I sold it to my buddy Matt Gibbs. Fast forward, I go to India, I'm working in India, get laid off, come back, and I buy it back from my buddy Matt, and I get it shipped from Colorado, and the thing's a basket case. It's like 10 colors, and no top, no bumper, no nothing, right? So I start going to work. I go locate some doors. I trade the Baja doors for regular doors. Get a top for like $125. Get the body work done. And then I give it to a builder Rock Tech Off-Road, but he builds JKs now, but at the time he just did Scouts. He did a spring over, and I'll walk you through all the work. He did a great job on it. And yeah, I got it painted and restored, and that's how it is today. So I've had this car for longer than I've not had it. I love this car. Its name is Sue, for Runaround Sue, which also has to do with girlfriend cheating on me freshman year. But anyway, so yeah, let's get to the tour. Sorry for the monologue, but you know, history's important. You got to know where you came from. Let's start from the ground up. Tires are BF Goodrich All-Terrain 33 1050 15s. I kind of wanted the pizza cutter look. They're on 15 by 8 rims. I think I bought these as a package deal off of Four Wheel Parts back in the day. The builder originally convinced me to put the Wrangler MTRs with the Kevlar. I ended up selling those. They were way too heavy, and my braking suffered, and my mileage was awful. So switched to the BFGs. I love BFGs. I'm a BFG guy. Sorry for the high contrast, but it's actually sunny today. Anyway, one of the first things I did was put a 4-inch lift with this shackle reversal on it. I got that done at a place called 4x Doctor. He also installed this dual shock setup, which is pretty basic. It's got your Rancho 9000s, and I'll show you the shock hoop at the top. Before we get up to the engine bay, I just want to show you the spring over suspension that Rock Tech did. It's pretty sweet. It's very flexible. Basically, it's a stock Dana 44 cut turret axles, 411 gears with posies front and rear, and Mike's high steer to improve ground clearance. You can see a ton of ground clearance for the size tires I have, and it works excellent off-road. Thank you, Chris. Out back, similar story, Dana 44, 410 gears or 411, whatever the Dana has. Extended shackles, very flexy Alkin springs all around. I have an extra set of Alkin springs if anybody's interested. They're a little stiffer. They're for a heavier Scout. I think my builder miscalculated, so I bought a newer set, but they're barely used, so if anybody wants some. I did take one leaf out of those, but they're still good. Body armor, father and son shop in Sutherland, California did this out of their house. They did the rear bumper with the D shackles. Had them put in these rock sliders that are tied into the frame. A little too tight to the body, but they do work on rocks, so that's kind of the point. As well as a front bumper with the stinger and the receiver hitch, light bar stinger, whatever. They also did the cage, which I'll show you now. So it's a full roll cage. I think it's only 1.5 inch, so it's not as stout as I would like, but it does a job. And it's got this built-in tire carrier with the, just tighten that down. And then behind, and it's also got the built-in high lift rack. And I installed the Via air compressor here on top of an old ammo can that's got my jumper cables and stuff in it. So I've got compressed air on the trail. Interior, I got the Corbeau seats. They kind of faded in the sun, so this material didn't really handle the sun well. I had the rear bench seat covered in the Corbeau material when I ordered it. They just sent some extra, and then an upholsterer did it, covered the seats in the Corbeau material. And I've got the, the Tuffy security console. I made this dash by hand. It's aluminum, actually, because I wasn't going to run. I threw away the heater, which would have been useful, by the way. I threw away a lot of stuff, but anyway, I made this by hand. I got the speakers in here, the gauges. I just wish I'd had the foresight to put a tack in it. Ignore the wiring. I know that's messy. I've gotten a lot better at that kind of stuff, but back then I just was learning and I was in a rush. But it works. It's very functional. I got the LED lights from Radio Shack for my indicators, ignition from AutoZone, Bluetooth or whatever, and this is the hood release, which is a little tight but works. And custom GT steering wheel, not custom, just a GT steering wheel, and of course the I don't know if you can see that, the Virgin Mary transfer case cover, which I don't know, I found it in the donor vehicle and I liked it, so I kept it. Oh, what else did I do on the interior? Rhino lined from the front all the way to the back of the tailgate, and then I recovered the original door panels with my own vinyl. It's pretty crappy looking, but you know, it works. What can you do? And I also put boom mat on the top. I was planning on recovering it with a headliner. I just, you know, life. Okay, this is where the proverbial magic happens. In here, bone stock GM Performance 350, Holley 1850 carburetor. Love that carb. And HEI distributor. Everything else is pretty much ripped out of here. Got the electric fans, got a heavy duty radiator with the correct hose sides. Oh, and this is the 4x shock hoop brace. So the two dual shocks come in here, and then this brace goes across the engine with a brake for removing the engine. So Mike at 4x in Burbank did that for me. I don't know if he's still in business. The father and sons who did my body armor are not in business, but Mike probably still is. And I put in like little lights in here for seeing days before LED. Low car shifter kit, low car kick down kit, and all that. I'm trying to remember all the stuff I'm gonna remember when I'm editing this and being like, oh, I forgot to mention. There's some dust on this lens here, sorry. I'm trying to remember everything that I'm gonna forget or remember when I'm editing. So it's a Torque Flight 727 with the advanced adapters or Novak. I don't remember which adapter on the back. I'm just gonna put the tailgate up. The shorty headers off of the 350. Sorry, loud noise as going to a single exhaust. It's super quiet. When my builder finished it, he said, hey, your sewing machine's done. Paint is a Mako job out of Los Angeles, California, somewhere near Playa Vista, where we used to live. It's not the best, but it looks good. You know, it looks good in the sun, and you know, it wasn't cheap, but it wasn't expensive. And I don't know, I like it. I also have a boombox for it, but it's not in there because I've been hauling stuff. I use this thing every day, and it starts right up. It starts right up. Starts right up, super quiet, you know. Not really race car-y sound. And that's it. This is Sue Belle, my sweet Scout 2. And I've come so close to selling it. Oh, 33-gallon tank, I forgot. Too much. Nobody needs 33 gallons. Anyway. I've come so close to selling this thing so many times, you know, I've just been so frustrated with it, but you can't get much for them. They're not crazy like the Broncos, and I don't know, my wife is super supportive, so I've been able to keep it. And my parents, they parked it at their house for like 4 freaking years while I was in Australia. I mean, thank you, Mom and Dad, that was great. So that's all she wrote. Thanks for watching this special episode of Matt's Garage. Shoot me any questions about the Scout. I can shoot you pictures or give you details or part numbers if I still have them. I have all my receipts, which total enough to buy a really, really nice brand new truck. So it's a passion, guys. It ain't a business, let me tell you. See you next time on Matt's Garage.